morning, everybody, and welcome to the Honda Celebration of Light. Who is excited for Team Canada? And who of you out there are excited for some air show action? Well, the air show performance you're about to experience will be commercial pilot and retired Transport Canada. He flies at air shows across Western Canada and the United States. Primary World War II trainer aircraft. Since the aircraft was used extensively in providing intermediate and advanced flight training to thousands of Canadian airmen as part of the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan. Once pilots completed their training on Foundry, the Harvard is powered by a 600 horsepower Pratt & Whitney radial engine that spins a two-bladed propeller. The engine has a distinctive rumble, and the propellers make a snapping sound as the tips of the blades reach the speed of sound, thus creating miniature sonic booms. During this performance tonight, you will see John perform a number of graceful aerobatic maneuvers such as loops, rolls, point rolls, hammerheads, wing-overs, figure eights, and the avalanche loop. Now folks, keep in mind that the Harvard was designed to be a trainer, and though it is capable of aerobatics, it was not designed to fly air shows. Because of its large size and heavy weight, what John will do for us tonight is much like driving a dump truck through a challenging obstacle course. The aircraft has only two modifications: the installation of a smoke system so we can follow John through the sky, and a custom gray and red paint scheme that reflects John's Czechoslovakian heritage. The aircraft also does not have an inverted fuel system, so John has to manage rolling maneuvers very, very carefully. He cannot keep the aircraft upside down for very long, and here he comes. Say hello to John Mrazek in the Harvard. From time to time during this performance, you may hear the engine cough and sputter. That's the engine telling John to roll upright before things get really interesting. But rest assured, folks, this is all part of the air show act and a demonstration of John's skill as a pilot. Let's watch and enjoy.
Foundations in this logo like splinters are getting.
Performer and aircraft share a special bond. As John climbs for some altitude, let me tell you a little bit more about John's trusty companion, Pussycat 2. The airplane airplane has a top speed of 208 miles per hour and a service ceiling of 24,000 feet. It's 29 feet long, has a wingspan of 42 feet, and weighs nearly 2 tons without pilots, fuel, and additional payload. Over 16,000 were built during World War II, though only about 1,000 remain flying today, and approximately 45 of those are based here in Canada. John's aircraft, which he originally called Pussycat, was built in 1952 in Montreal by a labor force comprised of mostly women. In spring of 1983, while flying to Victoria, the engine quit working. Passengers swam to shore. 2 days later, the plane was recovered and John began the painstaking process of rebuilding the aircraft. In order to do so, he had to soak all the aluminum parts, which comprise 80% of the aircraft, in his swimming pool in order to wash all the salt water off. After the rebuild, the aircraft flew once again, and John renamed it Pussycat 2. Why did John choose the harbor to fly at air shows? He wanted to own and demonstrate the best military trainer in the whole world, and in doing so, honor all Canadians, both past and present, who have served our country in conflict, through peacekeeping missions, and through providing humanitarian aid throughout the world. For a little bit of extra altitude to set up for his final sequence of his performance this evening, allow me to tell you a little bit more about John Mrazek. John actually calls himself a canceled Czech. He was born in Czechoslovakia, but in 1968, the country was occupied by the Warsaw Pact military. He and his family decided to move to Canada as democracy in his home country had gone with the wind. He says moving was the best thing he and his family could have done in order to establish a family in Canada. On the occasion of Canada's 150th birthday, John would like to dedicate his performance today to this great country of ours, flaws and all. He is proud to call Canada his home, a country that never fears of standing up in the face of adversity, a country that welcomes all nationalities seeking refuge in a peaceful life, and a nation that continues to preserve the freedom of self-expression. See the great big figure 8 lying on its side. We call that in airshow world the Cuban 8. Are you enjoying John Mrazek's performance so far, folks? like to see a little bit more? Your wish is our command, folks. John's got a little extra time, so he's going to do a couple of extra maneuvers up there. I told you this airplane weighs 2 tons empty. That's a lot of airplane to be batting around the sky through aerobatics like you're seeing John. Let me add a couple of other features to this performance. He actually has to perform this entire performance within what we call an aerobatic box. It's only about 4,000 feet long and about 1,000 feet deep. Try looping and rolling your dump truck in that kind of an obstacle course.
Going to what?
As the smoke system comes on, get your cameras ready as John sets up for one of a couple of photo passes. From your right, John Mrazek and Pussycat 2. That last time, folks, he did a beautiful aileron roll right there at the center of the aerobatic box. Now he's sitting up for one of a couple of photo passes. He'll be nice and low and fast near the top speed of the Harvard. If you didn't get it that time, well, one last chance to get a great picture of John Mrazek and Pussycat 2. With this pass, John salutes Canada's 150th birthday, and he wants to wish you all a happy Pride weekend. Give him a wave as he flies by in Pussycat 2. Performance this weekend. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to know more about John Mrazek and Pussycat 2, please visit his website at www.airshows.ca. A big round of applause for John Mrazek. If you enjoyed that, we are hoping to bring on a pair of CF-18 Hornets. But folks, one condition here, safety is always number one, and your fine personnel of the Royal Canadian Air Force are just checking out the situation that we have here with the haze over the airshow box. They're going to be checking to make sure that it's safe to do their demonstration here for us this evening. And as soon as we hear back, we'll let you know what's going on. We appreciate your patience and your understanding on this. Of course, we can't control the weather. In 2014, CF-18s began to ensure security in the region in support of Operation Reassurance. The aircraft also serves in support of Operation Impact over Iraq and Syria. Adapted from the American FA-18 squadron that his grandfather served in World War II. He is very excited to be coming to the best city in the world to perform at the Celebration of Light.
That's if they break this out.
How did you like that, people? Would you like another pass? Let's do this.
That's if they break this out. Just put it in your bag.
CF-18, since it was purchased back in 1982 through 1988, has undergone a phased modernization program to ensure that the Canadian Armed Forces have a modern and interoperable fighter fleet.
You can use ring officer.
Yeah, say that 3 times, real fast. Give them a wave your hats, wave your hand-rolled and wave them. They'll see you from this pass as they come in from our right. All right, put your 3-year-olds down now. And with that last pass, that concludes our air show performance for this evening. My name is Ken Hildebrand, theater producer, actor, director, and air show announcer. I invite you to visit my website at www.h2a2.ca or my Facebook page using the handle @h2.
We're finding out these ways, no way to lose someone that you care for. See, there's no way to lose, there's no way to lose someone that you care for. That's no way.
One more song, and yeah, I'm using a loop pedal, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to make up a beat and an instrumental and sing one of my songs a little bit. And start with a beat right here. David. The Honda Celebration of Life is just over 1/2 hour away. That we are just 10 minutes away from the Honda Celebration of Lights. We would like to thank our sponsors, the City of Vancouver, the Province of British Columbia, the Vancouver Board of Parks and Recreation, Honda Canada, Concord Pacific, LG 1043, the Keg Steakhouse and Bar, YVR, CIBC, the West End Business Improvement Association, McMillan, and C-SPAN. And now to say a few words before the fireworks show tonight, the Mayor of Vancouver, Mayor Gregor Robertson. Good evening, Vancouver. How's everyone feeling? All right. We're only minutes away from the big show, and I just want to welcome all of you Vancouverites and people from all over the world to the beaches here in the West End of Vancouver. And a big thanks to all the neighbors here, the West Enders who are hosting us in the neighborhood. Thanks for looking after us here. This is a big free family event that the City of Vancouver is so proud to sponsor, along with a whole bunch of great sponsors that you just heard from. We're really proud of all the city workers and the volunteers who make this event happen every year, clean up after the event. You can make their job easier by packing out everything you packed in, taking care of our beautiful, clean, green city. Thank you for being responsible here on our beaches. And let me just say, it's been an incredible year again. Tonight we're going to see Canada bring our best. Hey, who's cheering for Canada tonight? Come on! I just want to say thanks to our Minister of Defense, Harjit Sajjan, who's a Vancouverite, former VPD officer who's now our Minister in Ottawa. Thank him for sending out representatives of the CFA team to remind us of all the women and men who are serving our country, putting their lives at risk to keep the peace. Thanks to our minister, and thanks to those overseas taking care. So everybody, a big warm welcome to Royal Pyrotechnique from Montreal, Pyrotechnique Royale, who are representing Canada tonight at this year's events. They were established in 1966, widely recognized as the preeminent fireworks company in Canada. Give a big welcome to our Team Canada. Enjoy the night. Thank you to our
title sponsor, Honda. Without their generous support, this amazing free public event in our beautiful city would not be possible.
Festival Society. On behalf of my fellow board members, welcome to the 27th Annual Honda Celebration of Light. For 27 years, this world-class event has connected Vancouverites with visitors from far and wide. And on this final night, we are thrilled to spark memories for thousands more. Many sponsors and partners come together to make this fabulous event happen each year, including our title partner Honda, LG 1043, Concord Pacific, C-SPAN Marine Group, Vancouver Pile Driving and the Port of Vancouver, the Keg Steakhouse and Bar, CIBC, YVR, Macmillan, Stanley Park Brewing, Postmark Brewing, the West End BIA, Remax, Axis Insurance and Timac. Our official suppliers, Modulock, Pitstop Portables, A&B Rentals, Brickco, Event Corp and the Coast Cole Harbour Hotel. Our media partners, Global BC, Metro News and Daily Hive. The Honda Celebration of Light would not be possible without the long-standing support of the City of Vancouver, the Vancouver Board of Parks and Recreation, and the Province of BC. As you enjoy the event tonight, please remember to respect our beautiful beaches, pack out your garbage, look after your neighbours, and get home safe. This year, in honour of Canada's 150th birthday, we have invited each team to perform a classic Canadian song as voted by fireworks fans on Facebook. Tonight, we welcome our Canadian home team with Royal Pyrotechnic kicking off the show with the Bryan Adams hit, Summer of '69. I now invite you to please rise for the Canadian National Anthem.
mythology of a people reveals their relation to a spiritual and invisible world. Mystical legends and superstitions inherited from the ancestors still affect the daily lives of people. In the past, all the stories of fear and anxiety belonged to the devil. He came when he wanted, did what he wanted, but he could never harm anyone without them allowing it. It is within the stories that he was the most fearful. Fire, the hottest element on earth. And, as you know it, the devil loves fire. It's his element. He jumps in it every time he sees it. Flames terrorizing unwary travelers venturing on the roads at night. According to the legend, these lights were the distributed souls of the dead who had departed in anger. They would disorient the travelers and often lure them to fall off steep cliffs. Even those traveling on the water would not be safe from their malice. This mystical animal that appears in the mythology and folk legends of many countries is one of the most famous mythical creatures, and also the most mysterious. In the Middle Ages, the slaying of a fire-breathing dragon was the crowning achievement of many a hero's life. Tristan, Lancelot, and King Arthur are but a few legendary dragon slayers. According to many legends, fire is a gift of God to man. Whatever, man is the but mastered, they illuminate. Fire fire is divinity in many cultures and will always be the object of worship of many peoples.